Well, as we head into the second hour of this morning's edition of News and Views, our focus is on our neighbors. We're talking about Zimbabwe. We're talking about the cabinet approving a plan to extend the rule of the current president, President Emerson Mnangagwa's term. And he was obviously meant to step down in 2028. He is 83 years old after serving two 5 year terms. But now the cabinet is backing draft legislation that will change the constitution to extend his term from or to extend presidential terms from 5 years to 7 years, which will allow the current president to serve or stay in office right until 2030. And this is the reason why we're talking with the deputy coordinator of the labor desk of the Defend the Constitution platform out of Zimbabwe. We're talking with Obert Masaraure. Obert, good morning to you and welcome to the show. Obert, good morning. I think we are having a bit of a problem. I'm not sure whether Obert can hear us, but this is clear that the proposed changes in the bill that was presented on Tuesday that would include a provision that the president be elected by parliament rather than through a direct popular vote. Now, there are just so many questions that one can actually raise. And this seems to be a problem in Africa as well, where we've seen some of the longest serving heads of states on the African continent. We know what had taken place with Robert Mugabe, but there are many, many other countries in Africa. And finding some reason, some excuse, even if it means changing the constitution of the country to actually just extend this stay and not giving up power. So I believe Obert Masaraure is back with us. Obert, good morning to you and welcome to the show.
Good evening, Melanie. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, you're welcome this morning. Clearly, when I saw this report about Zimbabwe, about the cabinet approving and backing draft legislation to change the constitution, and again, this is now to extend the presidential terms of presidents in future from 5 years to 7 years, and again allowing the current president to stay in power. Now, what does this actually say? Because obviously you from the labor desk of the Defend the Constitution platform. What does this say about constitutional democracy when one sees proposed changes like this to a very, very important document or an important part of any country, which is the constitution of the nation and the constitution of the country?
To a constitution. This is a coup on the constitution itself. This is ZANU-PF communicating a message that we don't care about the rules. They just want to rule as much as they want. They don't care about the rule book. So what we are witnessing is a process where the elites are now conniving to relegate the people to the periphery of determining the future of this country. The right to self-determination of the people is being robbed from them by the ruling elites. Now look, for us, we have this constitution. We had a national referendum where over 94% of the people of Zimbabwe endorsed the constitution. This is the good document that we want to do as a nation. This is as a nation. And it is unable for, and it is highly immoral and it's highly unfit for those in power to then sit down around the table and agree to change that rule book without going back to the people. What we are demanding from those in power is to say, go back to the people and present your proposals and let's make a referendum and let's make a decision as a nation. The people of Zimbabwe comfortable with having Emerson Mnangagwa staying for 2 more years beyond 2028, definitely no. The people of Zimbabwe is comfortable with having their powers to vote for a president, to elect a president, being transferred to a captured parliament. Definitely people will say no. So we are looking at their proposals and we want this to the people, and the people will ever see. but we are going to push back and we are going to stop this nonsense. And what Thomas Mnangagwa is actually is a political factor that can even push him out of power before 2020.
Yes, Obert. Obert, we've seen a lot of condemnation already. We've seen it from opposition politician as well on this move to extend the current president's time in office. But we know that he is now 83 years old. So to extend his term, he'll be 87 by the time his term actually finishes. And this is not only a Zimbabwe problem. It appears to be a problem in Africa where we find that heads of state or presidents or prime ministers of the country, whatever position that they hold, way into their old age, into their 70s, into their 80s as well. And once again, we see now this playing out in Zimbabwe, as we've seen in many other parts of the continent until now.
Yes, yes, yes. You are right. This is not only a Zimbabwean problem, it is now an African problem. But why do these people want to hold on to power? Our reason is that they are only playing a role to serve the interests of those people who will have captured the state. So in our particular case, the state has been captured by a cabal which we call Sudan, just ordinary looters, parasitic looters, the parasitic bourgeois, which is extracting from the state, making billions from the state coffers. And those people, they want their puppets to remain in office. So there is also an arrangement of foreign powers where you bargain with just simply a comprado bourgeois, saving the interest of small bourgeois companies. And because small bourgeois companies would want their puppets to leave office. So we are dealing with the captured state and with the probably office and with their clocks to leave office. They would rather have that probably leave even from a wheelchair, leave even from a mental hospital, but as long as their interests are protected. So the crisis really of the general African state is a state that is captured by big capital and is determined to manipulate the state for profit. So the people should free the state, win back the state for the people, and let the state that serves the people. Only then can we be able to deal with this case of leaders who want to remain in office even in advanced age, even when they are clearly incapacitated.
Obert, what options are there at the moment? Is there an option to go the legal route? Is a referendum necessary at this point in time? What needs to be done at this point in time so that, this bill to change the constitution doesn't go through?
Yeah, so we have three options at our disposal, but only one can deliver the results that we want. We have the Obert leading the route with the entire litigation, but we know that the courtroom is already captured by those who are in power. Earlier on, they made changes to the constitution. They said changes which weakened the independence of the judiciary. So we now know that the judiciary is now in their pocket. So going to court, no matter how sound your legal argument may be, you will likely lose the battle because there is already conniving to deliver this. We understand some citizens have already approached the court, obviously, investigation of the ruling party to legitimize this process. And that hearing is supposed to be in the Constitutional Court, where we know that the Constitutional Court will give some cases and check to consider the amendment. Secondly, there's a way to organize through Parliament because the new block could be the amendment. But we know that before this, they already captured the Parliament itself. They made illegal recalls of members of the opposition, and they took over the opposition according to their own president to be the leader of the opposition. So now the Parliament itself again is their pocket. So again, that route will not use the desired result. But it will be last route, which is the route of people power, where the people themselves have to stand up and say enough is enough. This is the route that we are so confident that can deliver the desired result. We have already started the process of activating people's ideas through a parallel people's referendum, which is ongoing, which we believe that people are going to be expressing themselves But during the 90th day, where this constitutional debate is ongoing, so just from that to then to the initial stages in Parliament, we need 90 days for public hearings and for debate around the constitution. We want to use these 90 days to ensure that we build enough arguments so that when they go to Parliament, our people are ready to stand out to make this nation ungovernable and do the constitutional amendments are thrown out to.
Well, but we're going to have to leave it at that. Obviously, we certainly will follow developments, and I'm sure from time to time try and obviously update our listeners, our viewers on the latest situation, because clearly it does impact on all of us as well. Zimbabwe being our neighbor as well. But for now, we thank you. We do appreciate you taking time out to talk to us at Salam Media. All the best to you, sir.
Thank you so much for having me.
The deputy coordinator of the labor desk of the Defend the Constitution platform out of Zimbabwe this morning, Obert Masaraure, joining us this morning. And with that, we're going to go for a break. We'll be back.